Hello. Hey.
Hey.
Hey, happy Wednesday. It's Monique Bradley here.
Pete Ward here.
Welcome to tonight's show, which is all about how to become famous. And tonight we're live streaming out to all of our friends also watching on the Pete and Monique channel. Hello to everybody watching on Periscope, Africa TV. Good to see you guys. We're on Your Fix tonight, and we're also in our group on how to become famous.
We are.
It is pretty exciting.
Hope it's working.
And I hope so too. Yes, there's a couple of people watching. Who's that in the group tonight? There's a couple of you watching. Hello, Mary. Nice to see you on the stream tonight.
Oh, hello.
Maria, lovely to see you on the stream as well. Boy, oh boy, have we got an action-packed show for you here. Now, you're probably going, oh, where are they tonight? This is the reverse side of our kitchen. That right there, that's the tap. Cameras in the kitchen tonight. You can see a little bit of the cityscape out behind us, so that's our windows out the back of our studio, so we can watch traffic TV, which is not actually a TV channel, it's just lots of traffic driving past on the motorway. It's quite fun sometimes, isn't it?
Totally.
Yeah. So tonight we have a really big topic for you guys, and it's all about how to become famous. So we've worked for a long time in digital marketing, and we are going through a bit of a rebrand at the moment with the Pete and Monique vibe. It's pretty exciting. We are really excited about sharing this actually, because Pete and Monique is really about helping other people become famous as well. And we're so excited about being able to help so many people. And also, you know, help them if they're wanting to become social influencers or whatever they want to do. Promote them, turn them into celebrities, whatever is their agenda. That's what we're here to do.
That's right. I was just about to say last week's stream was talking about the rise of the social influencer. Or it might have been a couple of weeks ago that title was used. But last week we were talking about influencer marketing, and that's the way everything is going now. You only buy something now based on the trust of somebody in an authority figure who's got skin in the game as an influencer, then you will buy it. So people don't trust brands' message anymore. This is the best pen you've ever bought because we said so.
Pete, that's a lovely looking pen you've got. How much can you buy that for? People don't buy that anymore.
No, not at all. Whereas if I say, I only use this brand pen because I'm an influencer. And when I write my checks, this is the brand of pen I use.
Yeah.
That's what sells things, not just pens. That's what sells pens. Do we know where the pen is?
And also, you know, people taking photos of where they go, the places they eat. That's selling those restaurants. That's selling those locations. So the whole rise of the social influencer has been great. We've seen amazing work from Mary Haddock-Stanaland, who's an incredible social influencer. At the moment, we're seeing her image used as one of the promotional videos for Bravo TV, who are looking for a new TV presenter. And Mary, we wish you every piece of luck we have for that role. We think you'd be fantastic.
And I do remember Tonga. I believe
might have
been the Tonga Airlines that put her over. I'm sorry if that's not quite right. A little bit of branding. Maybe I got it right because I remembered the Tonga. I remembered you were in Tonga as an influencer going around showing off.
And we remember that you went there. Maybe tourism. But we remember you went there and that it looked fabulous and we wanted to go.
Yes.
So that's an influencer doing something absolutely right. Awesome. So tonight we thought we would give, Mary's just said, thank you. You're welcome, honey. Yeah, it was Tonga Tourism. Well done. Good memory, Pete.
Tourism, there you go.
No, that's branding gone right, Mary.
Branding gone right. That's right. So
awesome. Now, Jan Turley's also said tonight, good, hi, King and Queen of Broadcasting.
Hello.
Hello to you,
is it
the Queen of New Zealand Merino.
Yes.
Of the travel wrap.
Of the travel warp.
Yes, that's right. Nothing like a good typo to spice up your life.
Sorry about that. And
as I learnt with coconut this week.
Yes. Is it on fleek?
We're over that term now, Pete.
No, that's why I took it off. I did take it off your website.
Lots of hearts and thumbs coming through. Hi, Raja, who's watching over in Kashmir in India. Nice to see you again, my friend. So, anyway, sorry, I'm talking over you tonight. I'm so excited.
Go.
We've got a whole bunch of different ways that you can get famous. Because other people have done it. And they're quite funny. So we thought we'd share them with you and then tell you ways that are a little bit easier to become famous and a bit more legal.
That's right. Because normally people tell us to get stuffed.
They do.
But this time we're going to tell you how to get famous.
Perfect. So the first of all, and these are a little bit funny,
Yep.
the first idea, of course, is if you're game enough, you could always make your own sex tape. Because let's be honest, that worked for a whole bunch of celebrities out there. You know, Kardashians, Paris Hilton. Probably not my thing. A little bit more private, but you know, you got to find what works for you. Okay, Pete, what have you got?
Have a kid at 16. You know, get on one of those shows, 16 and Pregnant or Teen Mum or whatever, you know, just do something completely life-destroying, but make sure you've got a reality camera crew following you around.
I mean, we do reality TV, but it's in a little bit of a different way. This is our reality TV.
Right.
At least it doesn't damage our credibility. But hopefully those girls have some support from it.
That's right. We have a disclaimer on the next item.
There's obviously... Oh, Abby Leaf said, hi, guys.
Hey.
Hi, guys. Hello, Abby. Leonard Matthews, I want to be Pete and Monique famous. Well, we're going to tell you about it tonight. You could also, obviously, something that we don't recommend, but it has been done, is obviously murder. Probably not something I'd want to do. I'm a bit too kind for that. But if you think about people who maybe eat someone's face off, look, it's worked for them. They've become infamous.
Infamous. Now, funny enough, if you do search Monique Bradley, you will find that Milton Bradley strangled his wife, Monique Bradley, in America.
Yeah.
Of course. But Monique Bradley NZ has finally tipped the scales and ended up above the searches on Google for Milton Bradley. So that's really good. So there you go.
Yeah.
So you are more famous than
the
woman that got murdered in America.
And something that's really important to do when you're wanting to become famous is do a bit of brand management around your name. So you can do something like set up a Google alert with your name in it and make sure that if things are happening in the media, like Mary just messaged me before and said something's going on in the media and it's talking about me, you need to be on top of that because you need to protect the value of your brand and your name. So important, so important.
Of course, those are one of our 8 strategies.
Yes, that's right, Pete.
Brand positioning strategy.
Oh, nice.
Which is all about the value of your brand and how much it's worth in the marketplace.
Yes, I have to decide right now for my brand, should I be drinking a cup of tea or wine? Tonight I'm going to have both because I drink both and that's part of my brand.
Well, there you go. Shall I do the next one? Okay, get kidnapped. That'll get you famous.
That's ridiculous, I've decided.
It's shocking.
Yeah,
it's
it has
absolutely
happened.
shocking. It happens all the time. Well, we're talking, I mean, recognition. There's a few things going on lately, with people being kidnapped and then name is splashed all around the news for years to come.
Yeah.
Years to come.
And while it's a sad topic,
Once again, we have a disclaimer on that item.
Yeah, that we do not endorse
Batteries
kidnapping.
not included.
On the flip side of something like that, you could do something good. So I know that my cousin Nicole, her daughter Ruby, who is 7, they live down in Flaxmere, and they have talked about the fact that there's lots of homeless people down there. And little Ruby said, "Mum, I want to go and sleep on the streets and see what it's like to be a homeless person. I want to take my lunch and I want to give it to them. I want to do things to help those homeless people." Doing good is the kind of stuff that also goes viral. So those restaurants and stuff that do the pay it forward coffees, yes. I watched a video which had millions of views, and it was a pizza joint in New York where you could go and spend $1 and you could put up a piece of paper on the wall, and it was a piece of pre-bought pizza for a homeless person. That stuff goes viral too. And when we're talking about being famous, what we're talking about is how do you get seen, heard, and remembered everywhere? That's what we're about. And there's a technical term for it as well. Raja Cheaton said, "I did check that news, mate. I'm not sure which news, but keep me posted." It's exciting. Okay, Pete, what's the next one you've got there?
Have 8 kids at one time. Octomum.
How
Everyone
famous was
remembers.
she?
Everyone probably. It doesn't take much. Octomum in Google, if you don't know, had 8 kids. Crazy. Cray.
So crazy, but it worked.
You could do it too.
And sure, it was a life choice she made, and she probably didn't expect all the publicity, but it happened. And some of these are quite ridiculous ideas. The research I did, one site recommended that you should have sex with Tiger Woods because it will get you famous.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously? This was on a website.
Are we talking a 6 iron or a 9 iron? Or is
not
it
getting involved with that conversation. But these seriously, honestly, they are ridiculous ideas. We've just recently had the passing of Hugh Hefner.
Oh, yes.
Which brings me to the point of marry an old guy who is rich. That will help you get famous. I mean, again, we don't endorse these, but as we think about them, we think about all these things that people have done that have got them famous, and there's a reason, so stick with me. Pete, what have you got?
Make a horrible viral video is next on the list. Excuse me. See, set her off. It was that bad. It was that bad, all right? And then Chewbacca, masked woman.
Yeah, the Chewbacca.
I mean, let's be honest, they were horrible.
I couldn't stop laughing at the Chewbacca mum.
Yeah, what the hell?
But if you Google them, so Google "excuse me" if you haven't seen it, and see what happened.
Yep, excuse me. Yeah.
It's pretty crazy.
Punch her in the throat.
We won't say the rest of the details. So on that, you know, making viral videos, people think, oh, I'll make a viral video, I'll make this video, it'll go viral. Yep. What's the chances of that happening, Pete? About
1 million trillion billion to 1. Actually, quite seriously, it's very, very hard.
Yeah.
Very hard. You can't sit there and plan a viral video. You've actually, they just, yes, there's algorithms that you can map if you're that kind of person, but in the end of the day, you never quite understand the human beast.
No, that's so true. On the flip side, if you want to control the human beast, what you can do is work with a third-party site, which is a syndication site, and they can actually take your video and they can make it viral for you. And there are costs involved, but chances are, if you're putting it out through YouTube and there's monetization involved, you would actually split the revenue with that third-party company. Yep. And you can Google them, you can find them out there. So if you are really committed to having your content go viral, there are ways and means.
Yep. Totally.
Okay. Something that is really topical, that really gets people moving, is plastic surgery gone wrong, or the stories on the flip side of plastic surgery gone right. And that's why TV shows like Botched are actually so well followed. Again, you're delving into that realm of reality TV, which is incredibly popular. And in fact, TV3 recently, they rolled out their lineup for 2018. And the increase in reality TV on that channel is unbelievable. So people are wanting to be voyeurs of your life. So if you want content to go viral, the criteria is either show something real from your life, make something horrible, make something incredibly funny, or share something so emotional and so moving. That's the stuff that actually gets viral, and that's how, you know, one of the ways you can get famous. So it's very interesting. Raja Chetan has just said, these days, everyone is craving being famous. So true. Not focusing on the content they want to be famous on and just focusing on being famous at all costs, posting weird and gross things. Yes. So for us, when we're working with a client, we work out what is their desired outcome first. So for example, one of my friends, she owns a stud farm, totally amazing, worked with her on television. And I said to her, mate, what you need to do is you need to do some crazy horse videos. They'll go viral. Everybody will know the name of your stud farm. So she did. She created a video and it was really funny and it did go viral. It had millions of views in 24 hours. Unbelievable. And she did some real key strategic things that Pete and I talked to her about to help them get out there. Yep. And before you know it, she has sponsorship for gear on her farm. She has sponsored clothes. Unbelievable, because she has eyes on her brand, and that's what you're really looking for with something like this. Hello, Keelan Walker, who is watching tonight as well. Lovely to see you on the stream.
Now, I just want to pop back to a previous discussion there.
Yes, Pete. Plastic surgery.
Yep, that's not one of the worst ones, but
by Jingos, by Hoki.
That's quite interesting.
I like his hair.
Love his hair. Love his hair. Anyway, there you go. So, famous dude.
You could do what my friend Nicholas Finlay Thurston Ward did, and you could create a Trade Me post. And on Trade Me, he decided that his printer was possessed and that he was going to sell it. And he actually won an award for the most responses from people, or the most questions asked about a post. Yep. He had literally thousands and thousands of people asking about this demon printer that was possessed. People were even willing to pay $1,000 for him to video him beating it up with a baseball bat and doing all sorts of things. It was unbelievable. He got very instantly famous from that post. So it's about being really creative with your content as well and making it a bit fun.
Definitely. Thank you, Raj, for Raj Chetan, who has said, yes, we're a good example of focusing on our content. Yeah, we love content.
Our theory is give people value, right?
That's right.
Yeah, thanks, Raj.
So what do you got?
Okay. Do you want to do that one?
Yeah, well, basically, you could join the Eagles if you wanted to. Go back in time and write Hotel California. You would be the famous one.
You would be the famous one.
Absolutely. Or maybe join Led Zeppelin.
You could do.
And you could write Stairway to Heaven. And then, or maybe you could be the drummer and you could overdose.
Yep.
I
like that.
Yeah.
Well, I don't like that, but...
No, yeah.
You know. You could also be an adult movie industry star. Ooh. Again, we're not recommending this, but let's think about your options. Let's think bigger than just you and your brand and your business.
Yep.
We're thinking about what have other people done to gain more than just 15 minutes of fame in the spotlight.
Yep.
They're doing something big. And it comes down to you, it comes down to your values, your priorities, and what sort of outcome you are looking for. So we're going to talk about that very shortly. Again, reality TV is a big one. You can become a DJ.
Yep.
There are so many DJs who live stream their shows now through Facebook. So you might be doing your Sunday session and you're streaming it out through something like Facebook Live. Whatever works for you.
Now,
yes.
Very good point.
Zesha from O, yeah.
Yep, so she's doing fantastic.
She is.
She's doing really, really well. Nathan Ward.
Yep, Pete's son.
Indicate.
Yeah.
Indicate with an 8 in it instead of the EIG actually. Indicate. They are doing very, very well. Open for Rhythm and Vines. They're going back there this year. They've done lots of stuff on the George. They've just released their first EP. It's about focusing on something, and they've focused on that. And very, very proud of that young fella. So Indicate on Facebook if you want to look them up. That'd be really cool.
So really, it's the whole concept of how to get famous is actually about the content you share. That's where we're going with this. You've seen lots of other content out there. Some of it we don't necessarily want to do or agree with, but people have used a whole bunch of different tactics, all leading to their desired outcome, which is, yes, they want to be famous, as Raja said. For us, we want people to be famous, but most importantly, we want brands and businesses to be famous as well, so that they can end up getting more sales.
That's right.
And it's about having the right content, sharing it everywhere, and then it just simply becomes a numbers game. And you can do things like boost content, or there's lots of strategies around that. But most importantly, the strategy that we're talking about of taking your content and sharing it. So tonight we're on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different platforms tonight. Nice. So you might be watching on Pete and Monique, you might be watching on Your Fix TV, you might be in a group, you might be watching on Periscope tonight, shout out to you guys, Africa TV, our YouTube channels, wherever you're watching.
Yep, 8.
We're on 8 channels tonight. So that is called ubiquitous marketing, which basically means it's the appearance of being everywhere. And this is something we talk about at great lengths. Having your brand everywhere ensures that you become the brand most remembered. And when people are going to make a buying decision, they choose the one that's most remembered. So when Pete is booking a holiday, oh, that Mary, she talked about going to Tonga.
That's right.
And that looked good through Tonga tourism. I'm going to look into that.
Well, at least, at the very least, you're at the top of the list between that, because I don't know anyone who's gone to Rarotonga, so I don't, I haven't got any experience there. So I'm going to trust. Well, see, there you go. Now I've got 2 people to play off, because I'm going to trust an influencer on which one is the one. Now, if I had also known somebody who'd gone to Niue, I'd be going, well, should I go to Niue?
What about Ray McVinney? I trust him.
So Ray McVinney. So now he's in Spain at the moment. Now he's told us all about Spain, and it sounds incredible. So we're like, God, I want to go to Spain now. See what I mean? See how it works? It's everywhere. We trust authority figures who've got skin in the game. They're not going to tell you that it's good when it's crap, because their reputation is dependent on it as well. And that's how influencer marketing works. It's
so true. So the real answer to being famous is be everywhere. And the only way to do that is to become your own paparazzi, share everything you're doing, be everywhere, be seen, be heard and remembered. And remember, it's about being authentic as well. So if you don't like something, I wouldn't say bag it at all. Don't put it down, just don't share about it. Share the things that inspire, that educate, that activate and motivate your target market, your ideal clientele to follow you. Give them a reason to follow you. Give them great value. Like Raja's just said, Monique and Pete, you talk sense and you're very good in promoting. Our job is to give you guys great value so that hopefully down the track you might buy a product that we love, or you might want to come to one of our live shows, or whatever the agenda is. Our goal is to let you know that content is still king, and that you've got to share it with wild abandon, and you've got to keep generating content, or take a great piece of content and share it everywhere that you can. And that's really the key to becoming famous. It might take you longer than a viral video, but remember, the chances of going viral are 1 in how many?
1 billion, trillion, billion.
It's probably not going to happen.
No.
So the only answer is keep creating content, keep delivering your message, and share it everywhere. Okay. That's what we're here to tell you tonight. Pete.
Raja has just said hello to Jan, who's now joined on the other page. Now, as a good example as an influencer marketing, I've heard she does really good travel wraps. Merino travel wraps.
Extremely good.
They are extremely good. Good at outdoor concerts during the year as well, or through the summer or the spring when you're going on the winery tour. Really good on a wedding, because you don't want to carry around a big jacket. You just throw this thing on, freaking sorted.
Nice job.
Yeah. So my question is, from Raja, question is how to draw people to hook up on your Facebook account, etc. As you mentioned, you help promoting brands. There must be a strategy that you're having. If you can throw some light on some knickknacks.
Yes.
Well, yes. Straight off the top of my head.
Yep.
First of all, you've got to have very good content that you're posting on there that people need. So you've got to meet a pain point. Don't just push your brand or your bits and pieces. You've got to actually solve somebody's problem. And so if you're solving someone's problem with that, a good thing to do is make a little video with how to, and then solve the problem, and then put that on there. It can be a real short one, 30 seconds, boom, how to, I don't know, how to scramble eggs with avocado oil.
How to poach eggs is a real big one.
There you go. Anything that pertains to what you're doing. Get it on there, and then boost the kind of
heck out of it.
All right. So solve people's pain points. Get good content on there. Okay, and then oh yes, we are good. Thank you, Jan.
Yeah, Jan said, "Oh, you are good."
Yeah, and then from there, there's the hard facts are you're going to have to spend budget on boosting your page or boosting that post.
Yeah.
So allocate some budget and look. It doesn't have to be much. $100, $200, as long as you're already solving that pain point first. That's the thing that people aren't going to be, because you can do something that nobody's going to ever watch and you can boost your money on it and no one even cares. But if you're solving someone's pain point,
yes,
they will watch it because you're saying, hey, I've got the answer to this, and they'll go, well, I'll be looking for that.
So true. And a great example was when I shared a post about how I lost weight, and I said, if you want some of the recipes I use, having lost 40 kilos, if you want those recipes, sign up to my mailing list. I didn't even have a mailing list. Pete had to set that up for me. And overnight, I had 600 people sign up. So that it's a little viral there. A little viral. But that was me meeting a pain point. And there's so many women like me who are struggling with their weight, with inflammation, with problems with their digestion. So even though I do a whole lot of other things, my focus is on food, living, lifestyle. So I know what I stand for, and those are the key topics that I'm looking at helping solve that pain point for, if that makes sense. Sorry, I sounded a bit garbled there. But if that makes a lot of sense, it's about finding that pain point. Now, Mary's just made a great comment. She said, for me, it's not about being famous. Actually, for me, it's not about being famous either, so I totally get it. She said, it's more about sharing a message that can resonate with people. I hear you. Encourage people. Ubiquitous marketing is so clever. More eyes on you. Thank you. As less eyes on something or someone else. I so agree. Being true and authentic is so bloody important. Yes, it is. Or people will unlike you in a heartbeat, and no one wants that. Well, as you know, with live streaming, we can't edit anything here. We're live. So if something happens in the background, if a horse walks through wearing pajamas, that's just the luck of the draw. And we just have to deal with it because we can't fix it up in post. So streaming for me, and why I love it so much, is you have to be authentic, because people will read through your bullshit. They will see, they'll go, okay, I can hear the text she's saying, but my intuitive self is not resonating with the subtext. Let me give you an example. Those people that you meet who go, oh, I'm fine. No, I'm great. And we instantly go, hell no. We don't trust them. Oh, Pete's just switched up the sound. We don't trust them. And when it comes to being an influencer or being an online marketer or being famous in the digital landscape, it really is about authenticity. It's about telling a story. It's about finding ways to connect. It's about finding ways to wake people up. Whatever you can do with your own voice, in your own context, to connect with people, that is the way. From me to you. So yeah, thanks Mary, I love it. She's just said, yes, so true, love it. I know, right? This is why we do what we do. This is why we want to give away so much value, is we want to encourage people to become stronger at doing this and collectively make changes in people's lives. That's what I'm most passionate about. And I'm a firm believer too that so many of us throughout our lives, throughout our experience, whether it's learned knowledge, which is called, the learned knowledge you learn is theory. Tacit knowledge, and what's the experiential learning?
I think it'd be the experience. Well, no, that's tacit knowledge.
That's tacit knowledge.
Yep. So the
textbook stuff.
Textbook stuff. What explicit. Explicit knowledge can be written down in rules and written down in steps on a bit of paper, so you can teach someone how to fry a hamburger. But the tacit knowledge is understanding when they're cooked.
Ooh.
By judging on all of the things
smell,
going on, the smell,
texture.
everything like that, so you can understand how and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, that was a bit of a
so
example.
Educational background, you see, so he gets all that stuff. So for me, what I believe is that everybody, whether it's that explicit or tacit knowledge, we all have wisdom that someone else in the world may need. So whether it's something as simple as you have looked after your elderly parent through cancer, and you learned a whole lot of strategies that can support someone going through that same experience. Who are you not to share that information to help someone else? That's what I believe anyway. So for me, sharing about my weight loss journey and what works for me, my body and my digestion, if there's somebody else going through what I've been through with my health, why wouldn't I want to help them? And that's really one of the other reasons why we live stream. And again, finding that pain point, Raja. Once you can solve that, that's when you get the reach. So it's about spending time on that strategy about, if I've got a product here, what pain points does it solve? So there you go, long story short. Okay, Pete, anything else to share?
Interesting about following, little sidetrack here, but following your true life purpose.
Do you know your life purpose?
Interesting. I just was kind of half doing that. I was trying to find something in the background there. But it's true. It's true. If you are doing what you feel you are here to do and it all aligns, you will be famous for the right reasons. You're not doing it to be famous. You're doing it to be for the right reasons. You will actually make it. You will actually be. So I agree with you, Mary. It's not about being famous, but it is about being, in my opinion, and it is only my opinion, it is about being known for that particular thing you want to be known for.
So too.
Because that knownness, and I don't know if that's a word, but it sounds like a word, I'm making it up. Knownness can be used for good and it can be used for evil. But the more knownness you are, the bigger impact you'll have on the world. So if you are that person, if you feel you are that person who wants to be that impactful on the world, is that also
I think that's
a word?
really good.
An impactful. If you want to be that person, then you should put all of your effort into being the most knownness you can be, or the most famous that you can be, because if you can be the most famous person, with the most famous person's opinion coming out of your mouth that everyone listens to because you're so well known, then you will impact the world.
Yeah.
Because look at Gandhi, someone like that,
Or even Oprah.
Or Oprah.
What
Somebody,
Oprah does.
anyone who can have that much impact the world. He had to be, in my version, famous to be able to have that much impact. Even Bono.
Mother Teresa.
Mother
Bono.
Teresa. You can't affect the UN if you're not known. You've got to know. People have got to know who you are. They've got to go, oh, that's Bono. Of course, he's. I mean, love him or hate him. I'm not saying that I love him or hate him. I'm just saying that that's what we're talking about by being famous. We're not talking about DJing in clubs and getting hookers and blow given to you. We're not talking that kind of famous.
Yeah,
We're talking impacting the world.
Yeah, I don't see fame as something that's like, yes, everybody's looking at me.
Yeah.
For me, it is, and I'm not famous at all, but for me, the concept of fame is about how much can I share out? How much can I give? How can I be of service? How can I uplift as many people as possible? How can I inspire? How can I motivate? How can I give? That, for me, is a huge portion of my why. And if I can do that through these little streams and share that out and maybe help somebody in their life, that is, there's no reward greater than that.
Cool.
And that, because you were talking about your life purpose.
That's right.
That feels like my life purpose.
Yeah, that's what it's all about.
Hey.
So, just popping back now, just showing you here what I was going for. So basically on moniquebradley.tv, we, the other night, quickly had to set up a mailing list. So there are ways and means of having pretty little pages and bits and pieces. So we set that up. We've got the mailing list on there, and essentially everyone who signs up to that mailing list instantly gets access to your download of your PDF recipes.
So it's a 30-something page download.
Yep.
And there were 11 low-carb recipes in there for things that people miss when they become low-carbers like me. So bread and pancakes and all these yummy things that you think you can't have because you think low carb. Well, I thought low carb was just about eating meat and vegetables. Boring.
Yeah. But we're talking about the strategy.
The strategy around it. Sorry.
I'm talking about the details of your PDF. Talking about the strategy, the digital strategy around, I was talking about the digital strategy around how we did that is basically overnight. I had to set that up. And then from there, there's the PDF, which Monique had worked on. And essentially from there, you lead them through to joining your private Facebook group. Yeah. Now, in our case, we set up the group as well, which we didn't have. And essentially on her website, moniquebradley.tv, there is a join page, which essentially you subscribe. And once you've subscribed, now look, to be honest, we picked a figure which was $2.99, which is less than a coffee. So you've got to work out what it is you're going to do. So it's less than a coffee a week. And then when you've done that, you get access to the group, you get in the group, and then you get all the goodness. So the more people that can know about you. So she got 600 people signed up basically in 1.5 days to her mailing list. So she bang on hit that pain point. Yeah, I did. Bang on. And then I knew, because it is a numbers game, I knew how many of those would convert. I was 100% right. I know how many people would sign up to my group. 100% right. And then I know what I have to do to activate more people. So it's a lot of sales funnel strategy, but it works. And again, the more that you give out, the more content you share, the more that you're the one remembered. Even a friend of ours who is a radio presenter, she went in to do a voiceover and her voice agent was there at the recording with her. And our friend, the radio presenter, said, "Oh, I've just been filming some stuff with my friend Monique." And the agent said, "Monique, is she the woman who's lost 40 kilos? No. So there you go. That story's got around. I don't know her agent. But that woman knew me. So that's me marketing gone right and hitting that pain point. So what do you want to be known for? I suppose it comes right back to that at the very start. What do you want to be known for? And then making sure that is the message that's going out there to everybody, so that when someone says your name, somebody else goes, "Oh, is that?" In fact, I'd have to say the other day, it happened the other day, but we only heard about it today. Someone in Argentina, Romina from Argentina, went back to Argentina. She lives in Auckland, and she went back there, and everyone was like, "Who is this Monique? We keep seeing her everywhere. Who is she? What's she all about?" So there you go. So you have a global audience. You can affect a global audience immediately.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's about harnessing that and getting onto it. So
yeah,
there you go.
So that
Pretty
is
cool.
our philosophy on how to get famous. It doesn't have to be dressing up a horse in pajamas.
Oh.
Though if you want to, you can do that. It doesn't have to be making a sex tape or getting robbed. There are good ways to do it, and it all comes down to the quality and the value you give in your content and sharing it with wild abandon.
Yeah.
There you go. So that's a little tip from us tonight.
Little
Time for us to go. A
Little
little tip
tip.
that lasted 47 minutes.
Yeah, whoopsie. Thank you everybody for tuning in and watching what's going on. Of course, we exciting news. We are relaunching an amazing new offering from Pete and Monique coming up very, very soon. And
in fact, we are running our first workshop here, which I think is nearly fully booked out, on the 27th of October. It's a 4-hour workshop on how to promote yourself. So if you want to find out more about that, just send us an email. You can send it to famous@peteandmonique.tv. There you go. And that's
awesome.
what we're helping people with. So that's the first one. We'll be running out sessions on how to blog, how to do everything, how to create your own content, and a whole bunch more. But to do that, you just need to find out, send us a message.
That's right. Or if you forget that one, info@yourfix.tv, or of course connect through our Facebook pages.
Do what you need to do.
Easy.
All right, time to go. Thanks,
Righty.
Pete.
Hey, thanks everybody. It's very, very cool. So be careful out there getting famous. Don't do any of the crazy things we talked about.
Don't do them.
Right? Don't do them. And some of them dumb. Well, some of you aren't 16 anymore, so you're not going to get pregnant.
No. Don't knock up Britney Spears.
Do not do that.
Don't do that.
You'd marry an old rich man.
Yeah. If you haven't got rich parents, that one's not going to work for you either. I mean, seriously.
Yeah. Stay safe, everyone. Don't get kidnapped.
Yeah. Don't set up your own robbery.
Did you just? Okay.
We got to go.
See you later.
See ya.